Well, hello. Hope you're having a great day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Or yes, ma'am. Whoever's watching this. Back at it again. Super excited to be with you today. And I can't wait to get into this conversation. And I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like I get all of my stuff from I pray and ask what I need to talk about today. And I feel like this topic is going to be really important to a lot of people because I feel like it's something that a lot of people are experiencing at this moment in their life, what they're walking through. And I feel like I'm going to give voice to what you are walking through right now. So, if it's your first time, welcome. My name is Anthony Randolph, and I'll be your success coach today. If it is your millionth time, I want to thank you for watching. You're part of the family. You're not just a person who participates, you are a person who is pursuing purpose, and you're going to find success in it. So, without further ado, I am an author. You can go ahead and get my book, Successful. I believe it will change your life. Here it is. You can find it right there. If you're watching on podcast or rewatching this later, you can find it Successful on Amazon. Go to Amazon and type in Anthony Randolph, Rendolph, and type in Successful, and you will find that come up for you. I believe it will bless your life. It is a short read, purposely, so that you are able to read it very short, digest the information, and actually apply it. It asks the questions to help you find purpose in your success, and I believe it will change your life or the life of the person that you share it with. So let's go ahead and get into it today. Let's talk about it. Coming into your own. Coming into your own. That's what we're talking about today. Coming into your own. Let's talk about that. Man, more recently now than ever, I feel like I'm coming into my own. I ask, like, well, what does that mean for you, Anthony? I feel like I'm coming into my own in the sense of I'm developing more of who I am as a person, developing more of who I want to be, who I'm okay being, and I feel like I'm developing Anthony Randolph. I'm 35 years old, proudly to say that. Yeah, 35. And I feel like I have now know Anthony way better than I did as a 15, 16, 20, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33-year-old. Why? Because I feel like I'm coming into my own. So let me talk about that a little bit deeper because I feel like this is going to help somebody today come into their own. Okay, what I mean by that is I feel like I am confident in just being me, confident in just being Anthony Randolph, not having to be someone else, not having to impress people, not having to say things or do things for accolades, but I feel like I'm coming into my own of being just me. I'm gonna ask, well, what does that mean to you, Anthony? I'm okay with knowing that I have my own limitations. Yeah, I'm okay knowing I have my own limitations. I'm okay knowing that I'm not perfect. I'm okay knowing that I don't have it all together. I'm okay knowing that I might not have everything that I quote unquote want. But man, I have everything that I'm desiring and needing at this moment in my life right now. I have a great wife, and it's not about what I have. It's about coming to the realization that I am coming into my own. I'm becoming more and more and more of who I saw myself being a long time ago. Here's what happens sometimes in our lives. We go through a place where people's opinions, our own personal failures, doubts get attached to us, and we learn how to become what everyone thinks or who we think we should be, in a positive sense and a negative sense. Because you can do a lot of positive things and still not feel like you are accomplishing what you're here on earth to do. We talked about it previously. Good, great, and God. You can do a lot of good things and still not feel like you're coming into your own. You can do a lot of great things and not feel like you're coming into your own. You can do a lot of God things and start to walk into a place where you feel like, I feel like I'm gaining momentum because I finally hit the right track. Yeah, I feel like I'm giving words to someone who's been feeling this kind of like, I feel like I'm at this point, I feel like I'm so close to doing something and I'm gaining momentum. I just don't know how to put it, articulate it, or put it into words. Let me try to help you with that. You are gaining momentum and you're coming into your own. Okay. It is the equivalent of, let's say you're at a job and your first day, you might struggle trying to learn all the information, all the details, da da da. But 8 months from now, you should have a decent grasp on it. Okay. Using a soccer sense for athletics, I started to come into my own as a coach with each team somewhere around mid-season or a little bit before that, because they understood what I was about, I understood what they were about, and we had to somehow come to a conclusion or a place where we were okay with each other. And that's what I feel like is happening in your life, where you are coming into a place where you are okay if you don't have everyone's approval. You are okay feeling, you are okay feeling and knowing that you are okay with just being you. You are okay with staying and help me, Holy Spirit, say this. You are okay knowing that you don't have to have all the details figured out. Okay, because a lot of times we go into life situations thinking that we have to know all the details. It's not true. Where does that say you have to know all the details? I mean, any married person knows that there's sometimes that you are given things to do and you don't have all the details. Anyways, that was funny to me. Okay, or you will go into an opportunity or a job or whatever, and there will be some things that have been left out. It just happens. And you have to come into your own in that situation. There's struggles coming into your own, because anytime you come into your own, there will always be resistance. Okay, I'm going somewhere. There will always be resistance, because once you come into your own, you will release other people to come into their own. Okay, here's why I say that. The moment you come into your own and you own who you are, yep, you own you know where your weaknesses are, you know what your strengths are, you know what you're passionate about, you know what you're not passionate about. When you come into your own, there's a freedom that is released. Here's why I say that. I'll give you context. There's a freedom released because people notice real. Yep. People know real. As a person who enjoys sneakers, there's something about the real thing. You can purchase a knockoff. Not hating on people that do that. You can purchase something that is, for a lesser price that's a knockoff. You can do that. People do it for purses. People that do it for whatever kind of things. That being said, a person who is an authenticator knows the real thing from the fake. They've been around it so much, they've experienced the real thing so much, that anything that is inauthentic or not real, you can just kind of sense it. They can just kind of tell. The people that study money, study the real money, not the fake. They study the real money so long that anytime they're around fake money, they can tell quickly because they've been around it so long. They know the feeling, the smell, the weight, the texture, what it should feel like, that they can tell something's not right about that. I gotta tell you again, they can tell something is not right about that. And maybe that's what you've been feeling in your heart and your emotions and your spirit. And you're like, something is not right about this. And let me tell you the process. I actually had to talk about this with one of my best friends today. And we got to talk about kind of like me coming into my own, releasing the feeling of having to perform for people. I'm just being authentic here. I used to be a people pleaser, and I would want to please people at the cost of me being who I know God has called me to be. Yeah. So 8 months ago, I couldn't do this sitting here talking to you because I would worry about what you were going to say. Now I'm coming to the place, coming into my own, where I'm comfortable saying what I feel like God has asked me to say to you, regardless if it's people pleasing or not. Yeah. Because I'm coming into my own. What I'm saying is I'm coming into my purpose, and I've come into a place where I'm not comfortable with inauthentic. You can come into a place where you can be comfortable with fake. You can be comfortable with fake. Yeah. And you won't even know it until you get around real. You can be so comfortable with fake that you can't recognize it until you get around real. Here's what I mean. I've been at a place right now where I'm around a lot of people who pray a lot. Not saying there are other situations where people didn't pray a lot, but these people pray a lot. And what I'm experiencing is that as they are praying more and I'm around them more, it's becoming part of my life. And I realize I'm coming into my own because I'm praying more. Okay, let's put it in a business sense. You get around people who are super business savvy. They handle the little details well. They handle people well. They're able to navigate negotiations well. They're able to do all these things in business well. And before you know it, you're around them and you're picking up all the little things that are necessary for your life. Not that you didn't have, but their sharpening against you is wearing off all the inauthentic to show the authentic you. Come on, I'm going somewhere. So as you're becoming more and more the real you, and you're around people who are more authentic, who are authentically them, you become sharper at you. That's why it's important. Here's the things to come into your own. Check your community. Are the people in your community sharpening you to become more of who God's calling you to be? Are they sharpening you to become more of who God has called you to be? Because if not, they will allow the fake to prevail. Authenticity. Yeah, they say this phrase: real recognizes real. It's true. So if you can recognize something's off here, I don't know what it is yet, but that ain't what it's too good to be true. Something's missing. I know what they're saying, but I realize I see something. It doesn't come across as authentic to me. So, first thing, check your circle. Who's in your community? Look at the 5 people that you're closest with. Are they sharpening you to become who you know you should be? Are they helping you come into your own? Yeah, look at your community. Check your circle. That's the first thing. Second thing is be willing to be sharpened. Ooh. Be willing to be sharpened. Be willing to be sharpened. Because a lot of times in community, you can feel where there's not a lot of people who are comfortable being around people who may know more than them. Yep. Are you comfortable being around people who know more than you? Are you comfortable being a small fish in a big pond, or do you have to be the big fish in the little pond? Are you comfortable being sharpened? Are you okay with that? Yep. And lastly, we talked about the community. We talked about, yeah, are you comfortable being sharpened? And lastly, are you attentive to the details? Do you see where the areas where you're being sharpened in? Can you recognize it? Yeah. I'm being sharpened in this podcasting right now. I went on a podcast with someone today and they mentioned, hey, you need to change your background. You need to turn your fan off. You need to change this light. Turn that light off. Do this. And I had to be okay with being sharpened, even if it wasn't what I expected at the moment. Why? Because I had to come to the place. Sharpening may come even if and I can't, help me, Holy Spirit says, I can't, just because if that person may say something that I dislike, I have to look at it and go, ask the question, does that person in my community love me? Yeah, they love me. Do they want the best for me? Yeah, they want the best for me. Would they say something to hurt me? No, they wouldn't do that. Okay, then I have to receive their sharpening. Yeah, even if it comes at inopportune time. Yeah, so I have to check my community, be willing to be sharpened, and I gotta look for the details. What areas am I being sharpened in? Because if you can recognize what areas you're being sharpened in, then in those areas, you can start to, all right, I know I'm being sharpened in my skills for speaking. Yes. So when I'm practicing, I'm sharpening, I'm practicing this. I'm practicing my podcasting. I'm practicing this. So when the opportunity is now, but when another opportunity comes, I don't have to prepare. I've already been prepared. Because I've been sharpened in the community and I'm focused on the details. All these things matter and help you come into your own. And that's what's happening in your life right now. You're coming into your own. You're becoming a better parent. You're becoming a better teammate. You're becoming a better friend. You're becoming a better spouse. You're becoming a better business owner. You're becoming a better leader. You're becoming a better influencer. And all these things, your community. Yeah. Your willingness to be sharpened. Yeah. And then your attention to the details. Do you see what's going on? Can you recognize, I'm growing in this area. I'm being sharpened. I can't let my pride and my ego get in the way. I got to be okay with getting correction. And those things will help you come into your own, so that as you're developing and becoming more and more like how you should be, you'll feel the momentum, and all these things are wiping off the fake to allow the real you to take the forefront. All right, my friend, you're coming into your own. I'm super excited about it. Stay in the right community. Be willing to be sharpened. Pay attention to the details. You got this. Love you. Peace. Talk to you later.